Hi friends, Siddharth again. Job seekers visa, as you all know, is only for 6 months, and these 6 months runs like anything. Trust me, in my case, my those 6 months were the fastest 6 months in my life. And there are chances that in worst case scenario, you might run short of time and you might need to go to Auslanderbehorde for visa extension, which is very, very rare. Now, firstly, friends, I apologize. I normally make videos in outside and some greenery location only, but today is 34 degrees centigrade and I really could not afford to go outside. Anyways, coming back to the issue, the issue is that the job seekers visa is only valid for 6 months. And in case if you are following my videos, I have many times emphasized that these 6 months runs like anything. You have to be very systematic, very meticulous in planning your days, and then also take into consideration the delays from Auslanderbehorde, that is the German bureaucracy. I'll take my own example. I got my job in the 5th month of job seekers visa, and then I was literally sweating because time was going out, and I never knew that Auslanderbehorde will ever extend my visa. So friends, I'm going to talk about extension of job seekers visa, which I must emphasize it is very unlikely. But I'm not talking about blue card extension, blue card visa extension or extension of general visa like residence permit or student visa. These are entirely different things. I'm talking only and only about job seekers visa extension. This extension is actually very rare. It's very unlikely that Auslanderbehorde will accept your application for extension of job seekers visa. However, I have seen only a couple of cases in my last 4 years wherein two guys actually got extension of around 3 months. So what all parameters were laid down for these two guys and what all situations they were into because of which their visa was extended, I'll try to narrate in this video. So friends, for this job seekers visa extension, you need to justify why you really need extra months. So for this thing, you have to produce some concrete reason. Now again, I would emphasize once again in bold characters that this job seekers visa extension you should not rely upon. It is very, very unlikely that JSV will be extended. Once again, I have mentioned it. However, in exceptional circumstances, there are certain parameters which you can produce to convince the Auslanderbehorde. Now again, Auslanderbehorde's discretion comes into picture. He or she may be convinced with your arguments or may not be convinced. So the first convincing argument that you can give is, in case if some interview rounds are already going on and you expect that you will very soon receive a contract from a company, but then in midway your job seekers visa is going to expire. In such situations, you need to give concrete proof to the Auslanderbehorde saying that my 3 rounds or 2 rounds of job interviews are already have done successfully, and now the deciding round or maybe a very final round is going to happen next in a couple of weeks, but then I need extension of my job seekers visa. So this could be a valid reason for your extension of visa. Now remember one thing friends, job seekers visa is actually not extendable and you are not even allowed to stay 1 day extra beyond your date of expiry. For example, if your job seekers visa is going to expire on 15th June 2024, then it is always advisable to pack up on 14th June 2024, 1 day before in advance, in order to avoid unnecessarily problems at immigration office in airport. Now coming over to a second situation, a friend of mine recently got job seekers visa, got even a job contract, but then the day he got his job contract, it was only 7 days left, and then you already know the bureaucratic process wherein it can take 1.5 to 2 months from Auslanderbehorde's side to convert your job seekers visa into a work permit or a blue card or a Bescheinigung. Bescheinigung, by the way, is a temporary work permit. I'll tell you in detail in some other video. So in such scenario wherein you have already received a job contract and now you are processing your blue card or your work permit, this makes a solid concrete ground for extension of your job seekers visa. So friends, if you are in such a situation, you can still opt for your extension of GSV. A third situation is, it may happen that you have already received a job contract and you have already applied to Auslanderbehorde for your work visa conversion. However, from Auslanderbehorde side, they might demand a paid, or you can say a manual certificate of equivalence from ZAB. Now, this process itself can be a very daunting process and can take up to 1.5 months. That is, when you apply for this ZAB certificate of equivalence, you can always mention that your blue card is pending on this certificate, and then they might do it very fast. Still, fast means 1 to 1.5 months. So in case if this process is going on and your job seekers visa expires, this also is the third situation wherein you can give a concrete argument, and on this basis Auslanderbehorde may consider your request to extend your job seekers visa. So friends, these were 3 circumstances wherein a couple of candidates were allowed visa extension for 2 months. However, there are certain confusions or misconceptions amongst other JSV candidates for job seekers visa extension. And now I'm going to talk about these conditions which are normally not accepted, or they are normally outright rejected by Auslanderbehorde. So now talking about the first misconception, if you come to Germany on job seekers visa with a delay, let's say your JSV starts on 1st of January and you come in 1st of February, and you come to Germany on 1st of February, and you think that this 1 month that you have lost on job seekers visa can be extended at the end of JSV. This is absolutely no. Nothing is going to happen. No, Auslanderbehorde is going to accept this parameter or this argument, and under no circumstances they are going to extend your job seekers visa for this reason. Misconception number 2. In case if there is, God forbid, does not happen, but in case if you fell ill during your job seekers visa stay in Germany, and then you are unable to do your job search for 15-20 days, this reason again is not a concrete reason, and job seekers visa extension will not be done on such reason because of your illness during your stay in Germany. Misconception number 3. In case if you have recently applied for a job in a company and you are awaiting answer from their side, that is, not a reply has arrived, not even the first interview round has happened, this is absolutely not a reason for your extension of job seekers visa. That is, in case if you go to Auslanderbehorde saying that I have applied to 10 companies and I am waiting for their replies, Auslanderbehorde is never going to consider such arguments, and they will never ever even think of extending your job seekers visa for such reasons. So these were 3 conditions which are normally kind of a misconception I have seen in many candidates. I wanted to remove them through this video. Now I'll take over another aspect of what requirements Auslanderbehorde will ask or may ask you in case if they are considering extension of your job seekers visa. So the first condition they will be asking you is about your monetary background. That is how much money you have in your bank. Is it enough for your sustenance for next 2 months or not? So friends, be prepared. You must have good amount of money in your bank at your disposal for your stay in Germany. You have to show maybe your Indian bank account, and in case if you have opened up any blocked account, then I'm not sure about that, but you need to extend your blocked account for another 2 or 3 months, or I don't know, you may have to arrange some type of proof for your accommodation or your sustenance in Germany during your extension time. Number 2 is, I just said, accommodation. You have to again give a solid proof that you have a fixed place to stay in Germany, and you have to give kind of a maybe like a contract or from the owner, or maybe you have to sublet. You have to produce some kind of, or you have to produce some kind of sublet lease contract or something from your from the person who is already staying in a house, or maybe some kind of contract from a WG, that is Wohngemeinschaft, wherein many people stay in a flat. The third major problem will be your insurance, because most likely when you come from your home country to Germany on job seeker, you get a travel/health insurance which is normally valid only for 6 months. And in case if you are going to extend your visa for, let's say if Auslanderbehorde is considering extending your visa for another 2 months, then for these 2 months you have to produce a certificate or kind of a proof regarding your insurance in Germany during these 2 months. So again, if you have already taken up any type of German insurance, you have to produce an extension of that German insurance, or in case if you have taken some health insurance from India, then or from your home country, then you have to produce extension of that insurance as well. So friends, this was all about for job seekers visa extension. I talked about three things. One is the conditions which are normally accepted by Auslanderbehorde for your job seekers visa extension. Second was misconceptions or confusions which are usually not at all accepted by Auslanderbehorde. And the third one is the requirements that you might face when you are applying for job seekers visa extension. So this was all about this topic, friends. This is a sensitive topic. I still say that please don't rely on extension of your job seekers visa. It is very, very rare and it is very unlikely that you might be given extension of JSV. Meanwhile, friends, Germany is already taking up many reforms. I have made a dedicated video on this reforms thing. Please have a look at it, because in case if this reforms comes into effect, this opportunity card or chance card will be valid for 1 year, complete 12 months, which is double of job seekers visa, and it is definitely going to ease off your stress. That was all for today, friends. If you have any doubts or any comments, please feel free to comment. And in case if you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button. See you and bye-bye.